Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another episode. And no, we're not working on the Supra today. I've had enough of it. I want to do something different. If you've been keeping up with what we've been doing this, you're probably asking, how did I get this thing moving? Well, subscribe, watch the channel, and you'll be able to see the previous videos where we're at. Although it may be in an upcoming video because, well, not much has happened on that and it's not been good, but that's for another video. Today, we're talking Stinger. Yes, that's right. Today is a Stinger video and we're really going to get into some very cool stuff. This is the stuff I love doing. This is the really good stuff. This is modification. This is not repairs. We're not fixing any broken things like that. We're not fixing anything broken on this. We're making it better. We're doing some sick things to this car today. I can't wait to get started. So let me talk you through what we're going to do because it's actually quite a bit. So to begin, we're going to do a few things on the Stinger. The very first is a front lower splitter. This thing here, and it's very unique. It is not a branded style. And the reason I went for that was because, well, it's got that particular look I wanted and it's gloss black. Now, I know what you're thinking is, why don't you go for the carbon one? Well, I'm going to explain in a minute, but for now, this is the front splitter we're going to fit. It should fit. It is designed for a Stinger. So fingers crossed when I test this on here in just a minute, it's going to line up. It's very light. It's also plastic. Being plastic means if I break this, and let's be honest, with front splitters, there's every possibility that this will break somewhere. If that happens, well, it's easy to replace. It's quick, it's easy, they're very easy to remake. I can get another one of these like that, and it should just go straight back on where it was, and it's going to look great. That was the important thing. I wanted something that looks properly awesome. And I think this one does. There's no point having a front splitter if you don't notice it. I mean, otherwise, why even put it on the car? It's not a race car. We're not lowering it to that depth. So it needs to be a splitter that makes the car look good. This one will do that. A lot of the other stuff, even some of the brand name ones, they were just too subtle. They didn't have the winglets. They didn't stand out enough. There was just nothing about them that made it pop. Whereas this one, well, this one should do exactly what I want. And it's just one thing I'm going to be fitting on this car today. Well, it might be more than one day, but we'll see how we go. This has got to go on here. Now, this front splitter comes with these optional struts. Now, I'm not really a big fan of these, and I don't think I'm going to use them. And I also don't see any reason why I need to use them on a splitter that's so light. It's purely an aesthetic piece. So these, again, are aesthetic, and I really don't want to be cutting into the actual car. I'm just going to drill in underneath where this needs to go. And these, I think, will probably go in the bin. We'll see how we go, but I don't think I'm going to use these at all. But before we make a decision on these, let's talk about what else we're going to do on this car and then come back to these a little later on. Now, you can't do a front splitter and not do side skirts. It just looks weird in my opinion. You create this kind of weird gap between the front and the sides to the back. It just doesn't look right. If you're going to do front lips, front spoilers, front bars, front bumpers, whatever you want to call anything on the front, if you're going to make any changes there, you really need to match it down the side of the car. So we've gone for side skirts. Yes, we've got a couple of extra, again, gloss black side skirts that will stick out from the side with winglets on the end. So these also are going to look absolutely amazing. And they, again, should be a straightforward bolt on to the car. I say straightforward, there is one little thing we're going to have to work out, and we'll talk about that in a minute. For now, let's jump on to the other task because it doesn't end there. Like I said, you cannot do one part without the others. So we've decided to do the front splitter, the side skirts, and of course, we've decided to do the rears as well. These are little rear spats that will go on the back here, like so. They're going to look amazing. They're going to change the dynamic of this car. This car is going to look absolutely awesome once we get all of these three parts on. Remember, of course, we've got two side skirts, one on each side. We've got two rear spats, one for each side, and the front lip spoiler. Now, we haven't gone for a diffuser or any changes there at the moment. We'll talk about why later on, but for now, those are the three parts we're putting on. But we're not stopping there. We're going to do a little bit more. Now, when you look at the front of this car, you cannot miss the stripes on it. We have these absolutely awesome looking red and black stripes that run down the front of it, these racing stripes, and they run down the driver's side just as they were used in Le Mans style cars. This is a very cool look, but there's a huge problem with what I've done here. Let me show you. it's only on the front. There's nothing on the back. I haven't done any of the stripes. I've not continued it over the rest of the car, which is really something I've got to do. This car needs to be completed. The stripes are unfinished. They're only on the front of the car at the moment, and that's just incomplete. It looks really good from the front. We've got these amazing, awesome stripes, which frankly are a little bit worn now. I'm tempted to redo them, but it looks great from here until you walk around and realize we didn't finish it. So yes, I'm going to finish it. Now, it's not actually as simple as just putting more stripes down over the roof, because obviously there's a lot of stuff in the way. I can't put it over the panoramic roof that we've got. So I can put it down here, but I don't like this being white. And I think I'm going to change that. What I'm going to do is wrap the white section behind the panoramic roof. Now, I did think about doing this in gloss black, and we'll get back to the reasons for that in a minute. But I changed my mind. The reason is I've seen tons of gloss black wraps on the top of these where they try to mimic the glass effect. And it looks good, but then it weathers so fast, it looks atrocious. One thing that doesn't suffer from that same condition is gloss carbon fiber wrap. This tends to hold its own a lot longer. It looks a lot better for a longer period of time. So I've got plenty left over, and I'm going to use that to fill that in there. The only catch is I say I've got plenty left over. I'm wrong. I thought I had heaps. I don't. So at the time of filming, I'm going to have to order some more and hope to hell that this either does enough or we get the rest for when this video gets pushed out. But that's the goal. We're going to put carbon fiber wrap on the roof. We're not just going to put it down, slap one piece. I'm going to do two pieces. Why? Because I want two pieces that mirror each other. I don't want a single piece of carbon fiber that just has one texture run on it. I want it completely separate. It's going to look awesome. It's a little bit more effort, but I really think we can do it. So we're going to take the carbon fiber wrap and we're going to put it on this roof, and that's going to look sick. But of course, it won't stop there because the stripes have got to go over it. So once we've got the white section of the roof wrapped, we're then going to put our red stripe down it and our black stripe. Yes, we're still going to put a black stripe over it. It will be visible. You're going to see it. It will make sense. And then we're going to run it down the back of the car. We will not run it over the spoiler. It's going to appear to cut under the spoiler. Well, at least that's the plan at this point. We'll see how we go, but certainly the plan is to run it over the entire car and down the back. And there's a little catch with that, so let me show you the back of the car. The catch at the back of the car is, well, badges. The badges get in the way. So I'm going to have to take these badges off. I've also got a proper stinger badge to go across the back. They're removing this altogether. So we're going to be putting that on as well. So what we're going to do is take off all the badges. Yes, all of them. This one will not be going back on, and this one will not be going back on. This one will, but it's going to be going over the wrap. So the wrap is going to flow down over the back here. It will not cut down under the diffuser, and the GTS badge will go over the top of it. At least that's the plan. There is one other idea I'm throwing around at the moment, and that is these trim pieces. You see, these trim pieces on the car, I don't know, they're kind of weird. They weather really badly. You can clean them up. You can make them sparkling, but I'm just not sure they wouldn't be better in a different color. And I've seen this done. I just don't know how it's going to match with the rest of the aesthetics that we're doing. So I'm going to have a think about that. I will probably model it a little bit, but the idea is that we might do that red. Although I don't know if it's going to clash with the other red racing line that we're going to have over the car. It's touch and go. I may just not do it at all. We'll have to wait and see on that one, but it's potentially on the cards. Let's talk colors. Why did I choose the color combination that we've got? Why have I gone for this? Well, it's pretty simple. Let's start with the red racing lines. I chose red on this car because we've got red brake calipers. We've also got a red interior, so the red stripe matches. It matches brilliantly. It's perfect. There's plenty of red accents all over this car to make that work. Now, how far I go with the red accents is another one. I mean, I could also do a bit of red accents on the vents there, but I don't think that's going to work. So I might just leave them. We'll see how we go. But the reason I chose red is to match the rest of the car where there's already red accents. And the black, well, I chose black because there's already lots of gloss black on this car. Hence the reason I've chosen gloss black parts. Because if we walk around this car, you can see here at the front, I've got gloss black in the front air dams. I've got gloss black in the diffuser. I've got it in the rear vents. I've got it in the front vents. I've got it everywhere. So there's gloss black all over this car, and the splitter it just made sense to make it gloss black too. It matches. Now, yes, I could have got these in carbon fiber. The problem is that in carbon fiber would have cost possibly $1,000. I'm not some rich YouTuber. I can't afford that because if I break it, I've got to do it again. And let's be honest, splitters break pretty easy. So this is plastic. It's cheap and easy. It looks great. It matches the car. I can replace it if something happens. It's very light and it looks fantastic. So I've gone with that. And of course, it's the same with the splitters on the side. They're also gloss black to match the gloss black that's literally around them on the rest of the car, particularly here at the back. So the aesthetics of this car all make sense. So hopefully that's giving you a really good idea of the plan today. And these parts should fundamentally change the way this car looks. This car at the moment, it's a bit family, if you know what I mean. I wouldn't call it a dad's car, but it's starting to look a little bit family. Yes, the race stripes, they break it up and it looks amazing, but this splitter, this is going to take it from being sort of family car to holy crap, what is that? This will totally change the nature of this car, and I really wanted to get started on it. However, there is one little problem here. We definitely do need to lift this car. This car, unfortunately, I can't put these parts on without really raising this car up. Why? Because this won't fit. That's the problem. In fact, well, this is a broken one. This is not the one I'll be using. We have got a new drill. This doesn't work, but it's good representation of the problem. You see, down here, trying to get this under here as it stands now, it doesn't fit. You cannot get the damn drill under the car to do it. So I'm gonna have to lift this car up. Now to do that means I've got to put a jack under each pinch point. It's a painful process. What I'm gonna have to do to raise the entire front side of this car without a lift, what you've got to do is put a jack on both sides. What I have got a little way, I'm gonna try and get around that and get the drill in underneath for this thing. It's also the perfect way to do it if it works. If it doesn't work, well, then I'm gonna have to put a jack on one side, jack the car up, put the car under one, and repeat on the other side because I don't have pinch point adapters at the time of making this video. So it's not an easy process to get the front of this thing raised up. This thing, dead easy. I roll the jack under there, push the jack up, and the damn thing goes. I can raise the back of this up like that, no problem. I can do the front the same. It's so easy. With this, however, yeah, I can't do that. It just won't let me. It's just when it comes to trying to lift this thing up. Now, with all that said, it's time for me to get on and do this. Don't you just love it when a plan actually works? For once, something's actually working for me here. Yes, we managed to get the car raised up. And in conjunction with this little lip here, I now have a ton of clearance to get the splitter on underneath there. This car's now all chocked up with the rear wheels, the parking brakes on. This car is not going anywhere, and we can now put the front splitter on. So let's get on with it. Okay, step one, we've got our splitter. Now, this splitter is actually 4 parts to it. We have the 2 outer pieces, the center piece, and a front lower piece. Now, the reason that this comes in pieces is because you can actually choose what you want to have on the car. Yes, it's possible to just have the end pieces if you want. It's possible to have the whole thing without the lip, or as I'm going to do, I'm going to use the whole thing. So what we're doing is we're taking our splitter here and we're about to prepare it. You see, because it comes in pieces, there are screws in it. And I don't think they're good enough. Well, I think they're good enough, but I don't think there is enough of them. So I'm about to put in a few more screws here to make sure this thing's really tight together. And then when we put this on the car, I'm going to put even more screws in than we're supposed to, just to make sure that this thing does not go anywhere. The other main thing, of course, about this is it is very light. This is incredibly light piece of plastic. The angles on it aren't going to create any real downforce, so I don't think there's any danger of the wind ripping this thing off. I'm more worried about just getting ripped off on obstacles on the road. If it does, well, so be it. It's ABS plastic. It's incredibly abundant. I can get this thing again anytime. They're very simplistic, very cheap. Hopefully, this will just go on really well. It's a great solution here. And if I'd gone with carbon, yeah, I'm not sure I'd even be considering doing any drilling like this. Now, another little tip that I find works really well is when you're working with plastics like this, and this is frankly a soft plastic, using a drill can be, well, frankly, a little dangerous, not for you, but for the piece. You see torque settings on typical drills like this, well, they're very, very easy to rip apart plastic. Soft plastics can just be destroyed by these things. So I tend to like using a screwdriver because, well, these things are just too delicate. And if you use a drill, you can over tighten it, that'll rip the plastic apart, and then it's gone and you've lost that screw capacity. Now, I'm also using self-tapping screws because, again, this is plastic, it's very soft, it's very easy to get that to happen, which means when you're using a screwdriver, you can easily get one of these screws to just simply bite and screw in very easily. So self-tapping screws, screwdriver, soft plastic, that's really the best way to go with this kind of setup. And in true modification style, guess what? We tried to fit our front splitter and we run into a problem. This front splitter, it doesn't fit. It's technically the wrong splitter. It will work, but I'm gonna have to cut it now. There's a few spots around it, particularly where it's wrong is up here. The problem lies in the outer edge parts here where our winglets are. So we have a winglet that comes out the side here, and that actually works fine. All of that's okay. This inner part here, yeah, this is all in the way. There's actual components of the car which cut in and stop this from sitting flush. So I'm gonna have to actually make a cut up here now and cut out a decent section here in order to fit on the car. Wonderful. And yes, I will be telling the seller of this that it doesn't fit. Okay, through a process of trial and error and a little bit of cutting and definitely some fabrication, I've had to completely readapt how this thing is supposed to go on, but nonetheless is going to be super secure. I have managed to get this to go on as a kind of test fitment, so we can see where it's going to go now. It is not 100% the way it should fit. It's not for a Kia Stinger, despite being told it is, it isn't. However, it's extremely close. I can put it on, it will fit brilliantly, and then I can secure it. So let's get into actually fixing this thing on now. Okay, we've got a test fitting on here now. It's actually connected, it's self-supporting, a lot more to do to make sure it's secure, but check this out. Look at this now, really killer front splitter, and it's pretty damn big. When you look at it out here, look at the width on that. So this thing is on, it's looking amazing. Now it's time to secure it on because that'll come off. If I try and drive that now, gone, it will not stay on. So I gotta go and secure this thing on now. I gotta put probably 20 plus bolts on this thing to make damn sure it's safe. We're gonna put on some supporting stuff and this thing should look amazing. Okay, slight change of plan here. I've had to make an executive decision to use these. I really think I'm gonna have to. See, here's the problem. On this front splitter, it sticks out a lot further than I anticipated. It really comes out. And I have tried, I have used the other tether material on it, and I just keep wondering, what if? What happens? What if? What could happen? What might happen if it doesn't hold? And I really just can't get around it. So I can't convince myself not to do this. As much as I don't want those struts on there, yeah, my mind is just telling me you've got to do it. You cannot leave them off. It's just too many what ifs with something that sticks out so far. So we're going to put them on. The good news is that with these struts, these little struts that hook up along here, you can see they're very easily changeable. The red on it, well, you can actually just pull it off. It's literally just a cover tube, and I can wrap that any color I like. So I've already tested this out. You could have silver on it. I could wrap these black. I could do carbon effect. I don't really want to do that, but you get the idea. I could have all sorts of colors on it. I can make it black so that you don't even see it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put these on. I can easily get them on, take them off again. And if I don't like the red after a while, well, I'll change it. For now, I'm going to put these on, and that's really more peace of mind so that I'm not driving around wondering, what if? Okay, and like that, what has been a few seconds for you has been a whole lot of stuffing around for me, trying to figure out how to make this thing work, and I've nailed it. I've got it. Check it out. Yeah, it's taken a lot of cutting and a lot of trimming and a whole lot of messing around and almost redesigning, but finally we got it. This is on. I need to put on the other strut now. It looks absolutely awesome. and I can't wait to get on with the rest of it. So sneak peek, watch for the rest of it. I'm going to be done very soon. Let's go.
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing
and there we have it. One front splitter fitted. Time to get on the side skirts. Although all I got to do is put the number plate back on, and this is completed. These are all very tight. This thing is not going anywhere. I've got double the number of screws on this thing. Now they are everywhere, making sure this thing is going nowhere. We've also got the strut rods on the front, and now that I've seen them on there and we've got the angle right, yeah, this looks absolutely amazing. I can't wait to get this whole thing clean to get a good look at it. But for now, let's get the number plate back on and let's get on with the side skirts.
To wear the crown, I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve it now.
The side skirt there is done. The front splitter is all done. So let's get on to this side skirt and then we'll get to the rears. Let's go.
I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
Okay, we've now got our rear spats or rear fins on, or our rear diffusers, whatever you want to call them. They're these parts at the rear. We also have our side skirts on, and we've got that insane front splitter on with the strut rods on it. So this thing looks absolutely amazing. It's really brilliant. It is, however, filthy, and I can't start the wrap until I've at least cleaned those sections. So we're going to go and clean the areas where we're going to need to wrap now, and then we're going to get onto that. So let's get on with some wrapping. Okay, now here at the back of the Stinger, I'm about to wrap this roof, but I've got to take off these pieces here. These are trim pieces which essentially cover the channel which services the panoramic roof. These just simply clip on over the top of it. So I've got to get these off on both sides, then get this thing cleaned. I've done a little quick clean already, but I'll do it again. We'll take these off either side. This will get wrapped and this will get wrapped separately because, well, they're separate pieces. They're never going to look like they're the same piece, so there's no point trying to blend it. It will never work, but that's where we're going to go. Now, to get these trim pieces off, first off, we need a pry tool. Definitely use a plastic pry tool if you've got one, because you're going to be contacting potential bodywork here and you don't want to scratch any paint. Okay, so what we do now is we open the boot full width, and here at the back, we have a little clip that we can pop up. There's clips along this whole thing and they are very fragile. So you've got to be really careful and work methodically through, really cautiously, not to completely destroy the clips. We just want to unclip it, not break it. And there we go. Straight out, easy, clip on, clip off. You can see none of these are broken. They're all still in good condition. We'll be able to put this straight back down again. I've also got to clean this because this is absolutely filthy. Oh, okay, the first thing's gone wrong, and it's nothing to do with the car. It's nothing to do with anything other than me. I totally miscalculated how much wrap I had. I really thought I had enough wrap to cover just that one section on the roof. I thought I had a big roll of carbon fiber, glossy carbon fiber wrap, and it's not enough. No, it's not going to be enough. So I'm going to have to order some glossy carbon wrap to do the roof. In the meantime, there's going to be a change of plans. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go on with the rest of the lines. Yes, we'll put the racing lines over the roof as it is now. We'll pull them off and put the carbon gloss down on later and then finish it off. For now, we'll get the lines coming over. We'll get them coming down, hopefully over the back of the car, and see where we go. Now, I say hopefully because we are unfortunately starting to run out of time here. This is the same problem I have every week at the moment. In order to be consistent, well, I've only got so many days to be able to put together a video. I don't have a huge amount of time, and right now we're cutting it pretty close to when I need to get this video uploaded. So we'll cross our fingers we can get these lines done. I'm going to really lay into this. Let's see how far we can go. Hopefully we get these on. Top ones are coming off, so they're a quick slap on. Back ones are a bit harsher, but let's see how we go. Hopefully we'll get this done and you can see at least 90% done. If not, either way, the thing looks pretty sick now. I'm going to wash it afterwards regardless, and you get to see how it turned out as it is just now, because this thing is seriously cool now. It has changed the dynamic of how this car looks. I am really impressed with it. I've gone from thinking this car is just something average to, oh my God, this car is good now. You've got to wait and see what it looks like in the sunlight because holy crap, this car's just blown me away. I took it for a test drive before with the kit on, make sure nothing rattled and nothing would come off, and it's all solid. It all looks good, but God damn, does this thing look good now.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out.
Okay guys, I'm running out of time here. I'm gonna have to get this video uploaded. So let me show you what we've done. In fact, let me do better than that. Cue the montage.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's
Now, if we get up close and personal with this thing, you can see exactly what we've done. So the goals were to get the splitter on. Done. That's a big win. This thing looks absolutely amazing. Honestly, I cannot believe how good this thing looks. The strut rods did not look good on pictures. I really didn't like them, but now that I see them there, they look fantastic. It's another case where things look really bad on camera or photos, but in real life, these things just rock. They're absolutely awesome. Now, the other task we aimed to do was to get the side skirts on, and boom, we did both of those. We have the side skirts on both sides. Both are absolutely rock steady, locked in. Those things are screwed on with so many screws and bolts. It's not funny. They're not going anywhere. Same with the front splitter. It is, you can almost stand on that thing. The other task we aimed on doing was wrapping the roof, and by my own fault, we couldn't do that. So I kind of failed here to wrap the roof. This is supposed to have been carbon wrap on here in a double mirrored fashion. Unfortunately, I screwed up and I didn't get the goddamn wrap, and I didn't have time to do it in this video. So this is going to be redone. These lines are kind of temporary, hence why I haven't heat stressed them. And yeah, they're looking pretty average at the moment, but they're coming off once we do more wrap on this. And hopefully we'll be able to do an odds and ends video where we complete missing tasks like this and other stuff in there. For now, that was another task. We kind of got it half done. We just didn't quite finish it. The other task we wanted to do was get the racing stripes over the whole car. Well, we sort of half succeeded with the roof, and we got some temporary ones in here. These, again, are temporary because I'm gonna have to pull them off once I put those ones on because I'm sure it's gonna ruin the line. So we got some temp ones on. We did not get anything done on the back, unfortunately. We just didn't get there. We just couldn't do it. We did get our rear fins on, our rear spats, our rear diffusers, our rear sides, extenders, whatever you want to call these things, we did get them on. So we've done a lot. It looks good. It took longer than you think. There was a lot of stuffing around, especially with that front splitter, but it's worked. And this car just looks absolutely unbelievably better. The stance it's got now is just crazy. This car looks so good. I'm absolutely blown away by how good this car looks. It really is staggeringly better. That front splitter, it just changes the dynamic of this car. And when you complement it with the gloss black on gloss black, with all the red accents, and with the gloss side skirts and gloss rear extenders, fins or gloss diffusers, whatever you want to call the gloss rear spats, the whole thing just looks absolutely awesome. We have been very successful here. We didn't do everything we wanted and we still got more to do, but God damn, this thing looks good. And yes, I know many of you are looking at the red struts saying, hang on, Simon, at the start of this video, you were destroying these things. You said these things were crap going in the bin. Yeah, I did say that, and I have completely changed my mind. in the necessity to put these things on because it was really an absolutely fundamental requirement. The thing sticks out so far. I needed reinforcement. I was really worried. The struts were all I had. So I put them on as an experiment and God, I'm glad I did. I can tell you the photos of this thing look crap. When you look at things for sale on the internet, it just doesn't look good at all. In real life, seeing absolutely rocks. When you see these things in real life, God damn, do they set the car off. And now I need to ask you some questions because at this point, I'd really like your opinion on where we go from here. So my first question to you is, would you keep these red strut rods? Do you think they look good? Would you rather see them in a different color or would you rather they just disappear altogether? A little reminder though, the splitter's not going anywhere. The splitter is sailing. I'm not getting rid of that. But the strut rods, let me know your thoughts. What would you like to see done with them? My next big question for you is the roof. You see, I don't have to actually wrap this. I could leave this the way it is. Now, obviously these lines are going to have to be redone. I rushed them down and yeah, they're not good. But would you keep these lines? What would you do here? Would you put a single piece of carbon wrap? Would you try and put two pieces, mirror it together? What exactly would you do here to make this section look good? Would you cover it all in so that it's one running piece? Perhaps you might want to leave it white. What would you do? What are your thoughts? Tell me in the comments what you think you'd like to see done with this roof. On the same note, do we keep the racing lines going all the way over the car? Now, I kind of like the racing lines. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think they're going. I'm not prepared to take them off. They look good. But should we continue them all the way down the back of the car? What's your thoughts? Should we run it all the way down? Do we change the badging in here? What's your thoughts? Should I get rid of all the badges in here and just put a stinger badge across there? It looks pretty Maserati, but you can't deny that's a good look. Again, tell me in the comments what you think. We've got an opportunity here before I start doing this all again. So let me know in the comments, do I rip all the badges off? Do I change the car up? Exactly what do I do to make this car look better in those few areas? Let me know in the comments what you think about the racing stripes, the wrapping of the roof, and the struts. Okay, I'm going to wind it up there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed any parts of this video at all, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Definitely subscribe because this isn't finished. There's more to go on this car. And if you want to see where we end up with it, you're definitely going to want to see the notifications from your subscription. Not only that, we've also got this Supra that's going to have a ton more work to do with it once I get over my anger at the thing because I hate this thing at the moment. And I've got to pull the finger out and get working on that. So subscribe to see where we go with that, as well as the garage, because this still needs a hell of a lot more work. We haven't finished in here, and this needs to be brought fully up to specs. So once again, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to get out of here. Simon out.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded.